And just for fun, let's see what an EMP grenade does amongst a million animals. Frame rate 30. Wow, that's taken a while. Neat. Well, alright, so what do we do now? As tempted as I am to actually find out what, if anything, comes after Q ends, I've got a bit of another idea for now. Using one of my shrines, instantly gain a bunch of magical scrolls, which don't actually go into my backpack, they go into one of my chests somewhere. But if I'm understanding this correctly, I can use this scroll to spawn a bunch of trees, and then use this one to turn all those trees into animals. And it actually works. This is going to be a lot of fun. I'm just kind of mulling over the logistics in my head right now because I wasn't sure if this is really going to work. The first thing we're going to need is more everything. I currently have 550 pieces of land on me that I can place down. I'm going to need as much real estate as possible. Where even is my thing to make more land? I kind of made a mess of my whole area. I think it's this one. Land? What do we got? I seem to have a good amount of sand. It's the poop that we're lacking. There's 100 to buy. What I was actually hoping for is some animal feed. If you feed the animals, they'll give you poop. Okay, we got 14 animal feed right here. Let's go spawn some things near the other things and get a bunch of poop. You know what? We don't even have to spawn any new ones. I think this one should give us pretty much everything we need. 228. Oh, I guess I can do it multiple times. Shouldn't all these lighthouses mean a lot more? Whoops. Well, there you go. Thanks, cow. I'll always remember your sacrifice. We can make 1,000. That should be enough to give us all the space we need. Let's put one of our robots on that thing. Let it work its magic for a while, and I'm going to start placing land all over everywhere. I will not be removing the lighthouses though. I will be simply building around them. I found before the very best way to do this was simply add the land first, then destroy the bridges and replace those afterwards. And thanks to the person in the comments who pointed out you can just mouse over items to pick them up. I had no idea that was a thing. And at the rate I'm going, I'm going to need more land being created. So this furnace is the lucky one that gets removed. We're going to build a new flour press. Luckily it's not too expensive to build. That's going near all my power plants with a droid attached to it. More land. 55. Why is poop so hard to get? I don't have anything to feed you guys. Do bombs work? Does that turn you into poop? That does not. I might actually have to do this the manual way and make my own animal feed. I'm not even sure how to do that. I want to say it's probably a windmill. Perfect. Animal feed gets made out of poop. So I'm going to sacrifice some poop to make some feed, but that should pay for itself. We're also going to turn on resources drop double items for obvious reasons. And let's get everything working twice as fast. I'm actually going to spawn some new animals right here, which seems like kind of a waste, but they're surrounded by the most greenhouses that these should give me more than anything. All right, give me all your stuff. There we go. Now we're getting some big numbers. So how much poop did we just gain? We gained, well, it was a lot. It went into one of my chests, so we're gonna have to go gather it, or at least see how much we got. 481,000. That should be enough to do what we need to do. The snow biome is officially about done. And that was as much fun as you'd think it was. And I'm actually placing the land faster than I'm creating it. We're down to only 22 blocks, so I'm gonna add a few more flower presses. I think that's every piece of water now turned into land. Now I just gotta remove all the boards. But this is going to be by far the more annoying part because I have to click with the obliterator on every piece of wood and hopefully it actually comes up. And then misclick and probably destroy a bunch of other things while I'm at it. What we really need is an upgraded obliterator. One that can do a bigger area. This one only does one spot at a time, which is great. It's great for surgery, but I'm not much of a surgeon. I want to destroy like everything at once. Also, every time I go buy these, I'm checking to make sure I can get more scrolls again. I might have to build more shrines to make this work in the end because I feel like I'm gonna need a lot of scrolls and I'm way too lazy to build them myself. Maybe lazy isn't the right word. Stupid. Too stupid to build them myself because I don't really know how, and well, I guess I am too lazy to learn, so I wasn't really paying attention, but has this chest always just been sitting here? Of course I need a key. I've only got 1102 quintillion gold and countless other resources, but not one damn key. You know what, here's how we solve this from now on. I'm so tired of running back and forth to grab a key, we're just gonna make 1 to 2,000 of them. Of course, that's totally worth it because I now have this. 30% chance to recover health when killing enemies because I'm not overpowered enough already. Also, just not in the mood for being a vampire. Just like that, I think we're about done. With the exception of Princess Idiot Stick, everything that can be land is now land. Never mind. I forgot about some of the area in around the furnace. I'm gonna take a few minutes just to get the last little bit and then we'll hopefully be able to get started on this stupidity. So at this point, I have 13 of these scrolls and 10 of these. That's not gonna be enough to do what I need to do, but I did manage to get a few more from that thing, but we're probably gonna have to start printing some of our own, which is pretty annoying because I don't know how to do this and I'm already taking way too long. So to do this, I need druid scrolls and wizard scrolls. These take paper green pigments. Paper is easy to find. I can actually find that from digging. green pigments I'm not so sure about. And of course we need bottled death moths and purple pigments. Suddenly I realized how stupidly annoying this idea is going to be. I'm not even really sure how to approach this right now. I'm tempted to just make a million shrines and get as much of these as I can. That's probably actually fastest because doing it this way is going to take some time considering I have to make so many different things right now. One thing I'm going to do is add a shrine up here to get some digging spots to hopefully find some of this stuff I need. That's going to go somewhere like there, hopefully give me some digging spots, at least it'll give me some scrolls. And I wish it would have given me extra there, but we're up to 15 and 12. I want more like 200 and 200. For now at least, I'm going to move a droid up onto this so it goes just a little bit faster. So here's the scholar perk again, instantly gain random magical scrolls. We're up to 15 and 15, 17 and 17, so it gives you 1, 2 sort of thing. Yeah, 18, 18, so it's basically give me 1 per time. So if I get enough of these actually, I can do this fairly quickly. So as soon as I manage to get half price building, I'm going to build some more of these, do the exploit to get a whole bunch of those. I can destroy them afterwards, and for now I'm going to move a whole bunch of my droids over to there. These things are probably already under the power plant at the speed they're going, but the droids will make them even faster. Gonna add a few power plants up here as soon as I can because the ones down here aren't really reaching all the shrines. They're reaching a few of them, but I'm gonna put another few right here once I get half price building. 1 moldy book please, and please don't waste my time. That seems to be done. Experience increased. Well, I'm not building any more of those. Finally got what I need. Half price structures, so I'm gonna build my power plants and build shrines all around here. Hopefully I have enough materials. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, which is the maximum that can affect anything at one time. So now instead of counting down 1 second at a time, they're going much quicker. And I guess this is probably a good time to build more shrines. Old man, I want you to know you're in the way. These aren't overly expensive to build yet, so that's great. I'm going to build, I don't know, 10 or something going straight up here. Hopefully I can just run straight over the old man. When I said 10, I meant this many. Well, they're going down so quick now, I can almost just do a circuit of always checking shrines. Actually, I've just realized you can probably do the reset trick with these too. Instead of waiting the next 3 minutes at high speeds, let's just rebuild it. Hey, look at that, no more waiting. Now, if I'm remembering correctly, if I drink some, say, liquid luck, there are some potions I could be drinking that would give me even more stuff. But I just can't really be bothered right now because I don't want to make any potions or gather materials. Try to stay focused on one thing at a time. Well, I want to keep going with the digging spots here to just find whatever I can. Perfect, that was easy. More digging spots. What are we gonna find? Pretty sure I'm finding max items anyway. I could probably only make the green pigment, which turns into the druid scrolls, but even then it's gonna be such a slow process that it's probably still faster just chasing shrines in circles, which is really boring, but it works at least. Good news, I'm up to 44 and 46, so this should only take about 80 hours. We're actually gonna run out of crystal doing this, which is impressive because I thought I had a lot of crystals. Oh, never mind, I was reading that wrong. I thought I had 1,000. I actually have 1,000 billions. Why can't it give me extra scrolls here, surrounded by all the lighthouses? That would be great. So what am I up to? 50 and 50. Please for some reason drop scrolls. No? Well, I got bored of that strategy already. It's more fun to actually walk around and touch all the different shrines. And I think this way probably is faster, as you can see. I mostly right now just need to decide on how many scrolls I'm gonna need. There are apparently 49 islands, of which I only own 48. So let's try and give it the equivalent of, say, 3 scrolls per island, so I need 150 of each. So we're about halfway there, which means we need more shrines. That should do us for now. I'll add droids to these as soon as I can, but before that, let's collect. I'm fairly confident that today's effort will be worth it because I think it should actually break the game in a pretty major way. Once we get all these animals on screen and start blowing them up, we should see a pretty good drop in the frame rate. As you can see, it's pretty good about holding about 60 frames per second. Along the way, I've also managed to accumulate 26 AMP grenades. They're normally very expensive to build, and I'm not really sure what they do. I kind of just zap everything, kind of like the lightning potion. Not sure if I want to use these on all those animals once they're done or not, so let's give it a little test run. If I put one there, what happens? Meh, I think my sword's gonna work just as good. Just like that, we're up to 166 leafy ones and 158 animal ones. That should be more than enough to do whatever it is I'm trying to do. While we're waiting for daylight, we'll just get even more scrolls. There we are, and we even have a few extra scrolls to burn, which is good because I don't know exactly how these things work. So they seem to cover one island at a time. Those I'll turn into animals. So we'll just do that a few times right here, I guess. The animals get in the way though, so I'm gonna need more room. So it's a good thing I did what I did. Freeze. Animals. We'll move it down here. Freeze. And animals. Interesting. The animals are going to start to get in the way eventually though, which is kind of annoying, but it kind of makes sense. So I'm just going to do my best to work around to the least populated areas and turn everything into animals. And we'll see how this goes in a few minutes. It's definitely tempting to try and move them into one small area, but then they'll all be in the way, so I can't really turn anything else into animals at that point. Luckily, I've noticed that once you turn them into animals, they kind of move for a second and then stop, and they mostly stay contained to their original island, which gives the next island a little bit of room for animals. I'm also not sure why everything dies once I do this, but it seems to kill everything on the island at the same time. The desert should be a good one. I'm also pretty annoyed at how well the game is handling this so far. I thought this might have a chance at slowing it down, but it's holding 60 frames per second, which is probably a sign that I just need more animals on screen at one time. And only now am I getting close to my original goal of 150 scrolls, so I've still got lots to go. So it even works with ore and everything. I thought it was maybe just trees, but if I just use the animal scroll here, I don't need to waste a tree scroll. And here, and probably even over here. That's actually an easier way of clearing out an area too, because instantly everything's walk-throughable. You heard me, walk-throughable. So this in theory could lead to other fun ideas too. That was a big one. Now to just find the best areas. I've gone around essentially the whole map at this point, so there's going to be a lot of animals everywhere in the way, so it's going to be harder and harder to get more animals. But I might just stick to one area like this and just continually do it, considering I have so many squirrels anyway. Things are naturally spawning in too, so I could in theory just wait forever for trees to naturally grow in, then turn everything into animals, but I don't know if I'm that patient today. Unfortunately, I don't really know if the animals ever despawn or if there's any way for them to die if any of the enemies can attack them, so I'm just hoping they all hang out for as long as they possibly can and don't do anything to themselves. Really liking what we got going on in this upper left corner though. They seem to all be getting stuck up here, so this is the best visually spot. Burned up probably 30 of each scroll now. We have a ton of animals on the ground, but that frame rate 59, so I guess in theory it dropped by 1 so far. We can do better. Now we're getting somewhere. The frame rate's dropping to 57, 55 occasionally. Lots of animals out there. Making progress. Still got 80 of one scroll and 94 of the other left. I'm actually going to let the game sit for 10-15 minutes now, see if any trees naturally spawn everywhere and turn those into animals. Outstanding. I come back and there seems to be far less animals. Wait, I think I found them. They're all hanging out against the edge. Look at that frame rate drop. We're down to 45. I guess they naturally just get stuck along the barriers. So let's add some more animals to the equation and take advantage of this new real estate. It is working not bad though. The trees, gravestones, everything are slowly spawning back in, so I can just turn them back into stuff without wasting the other scroll, but it's still faster to use the other scroll as well. Yeah, they definitely naturally get stuck in the upper left corner. Ooh, it even changes color when it gets low enough. Below 45 it turns yellow. I want to see it turn red. I'm gonna stick to my efforts mostly up here because this seems to be what's actually getting the results. I wonder if they actually get stuck along the island barriers too. It seems like they always walk up and they at least stop along the edges. I'm not sure if they continue on from there, but they might actually be limited to the zone they spawn in on. And I'm just going to assume that theory is correct, so I'm only going to spawn animals on this island from here on out. It is getting pretty hard to find any space for trees to grow, however, and I don't really know what to do about that. If I sit for a few minutes, the animals move to the edges and group up and kind of clear the middle, but still not much. Yep, 36 frames per second. We're making progress. The game does not like it right now when I move around. We're finally getting there. Down to our final 20 scrolls. The game is riding about 34-35 frames per second. Still hasn't gone red yet though, so I'm hoping the rest of these scrolls will make it get there. As I'm walking around, the frame rate is jumping around a bit. It will go red just like that as it drops below 30. Final druid scroll. Gonna use it right now. The animals are kind of against the edge. I can't even see my cursor anymore. And how's that frame rate doing? 26. That's the lowest I've seen it go. 26 frames per second. And just for fun, let's see what an EMP grenade does amongst a million animals. Frame rate 30. Wow, that's taken a while. Neat. And a lot of animals just met their end. Now, the more observant amongst you might have noticed that I have the Thunderstrike potion, whatever it's called. We're gonna drink one of those. I'm not sure if it attacks animals. It does not. Well, that's kind of disappointing. The frame rate did jump way up though. We're back up to 50, so when I blew up all those animals, clearly bad things happened. Well, there are still some more trees though. We can still make some more animals as we wander around. This is the one I'm looking for. That way we can move twice as fast, and in theory, drop twice as many bombs. Let's drop a few here and see how the game reacts to that. It's pretty loud, but also pretty entertaining. It's fun and all, but I think I liked it better with all the animals still alive. But we'll see how this goes. More bombs than ever before. Oh wait, am I out of bombs already? Okay, well at least we got the regular bombs again. They're not as good as the AMPs, but I have a lot more. It's really a shame that the lightning strike doesn't work against the animals. My sword kind of has that effect. I blow up one, everything in the area blows up, but it's just not the same. This upper left, still the thickest spot. We're still getting frame drops down to 30, 32, somewhere in that neighborhood. That's nothing a few bombs shouldn't take care of pretty readily. All the animals gathered along the edge. The game's probably not going to like this very much. That was kind of neat. And we get our frames back. Sorry animals, but for science. Probably also just found a lot of things given we're so close to the lighthouses. How many animals are there here? Like, are the bombs, like, are the animals shielding themselves from the other ones? I don't get why they're not all dying. Well, we seem to be back at more manageable levels. I think a few bombs here won't fix. Yeah, they tend to group up along the edge. And they seem to survive bombs. I don't think the bombs can penetrate more than one layer of animals at a time, which is kind of fun. It's actually starting to be annoying how many animals there are now because I've got to remove them all. It's nighttime and I've still got this many animals all over the world. So maybe for now, I'm going to leave them alive. But you know what? Let's not kill all the animals just yet. I might be able to come up with something else for them.